And hello, everyone. Sorry about the slight delay. My computer decided to freeze a minute from going out. Thank you, computer. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I would like to introduce this stream, but first of all, I would like to introduce my very good friends. I would say most of you would know these people, but if you don't, please introduce yourself. Nacho, would you like to start? We'll go clockwise.
Well, for those also watching on my channel, hello. We are dual streaming with Navadia tonight. Obviously, y'all know, but maybe for some strange reason, the people watching Navadia don't know that I'm not Joel Witness, also known as Nacho. You're a friendly underworld atheist. And I don't know. I do all sorts of strange and wonderful things in regards to the Jehovah's Witnesses and other stupid ass cults. So come check me out. That's me. Oh, and apparently I know Navadia and all these weirdos.
Yeah.
I've never met you before.
That's why it has opened. Thank you, Pastor.
Who is Nacho?
Who is not Ja?
Who is not Ja? Who is not Ja?
You should have had that queued up, Nacho.
I'm working on that. So actually, I had too much struggle getting my fucking vocals working tonight. Then getting out. That is actually something that I want to do. I want to be able to do hotkeys for sound clips like that. I just have to set it up. That's all. Because I've got a few in my mind that are really going to be good, but that's on the hush.
I'm thinking of setting up a numeric keypad with a chunk of software so we can change the keycaps on it so that you can actually set it up like one of those control soundboards.
Like the Elgato
yeah, but you can build your own a lot cheaper.
10th of the price.
Yes. Well, a lot
tech tips video on how to do that.
I know how to do it. I just haven't done
it. Well, I don't. I need to go to YouTube for tutorials. So.
Well, how about I do mine first and then I can show you guys all how to do it.
Sounds good. Anyway, who are you, by the way, who is currently talking? His name is Jen.
I am Jen from Jen's Little Corner. I mostly do semi-sciencey type stuff where I debunk idiots on the internet and call them assholes. Although I've stopped doing that a lot lately, despite still debunking assholes, I tend not to call them assholes as much anymore. Much to people's dismay.
Somewhat of a miracle, to be honest.
It really is. But I mean, if somebody's bad enough, I will probably call that. I'm thinking of doing an article on the Australian and its homophobic and transphobic bent at the moment, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to call lots of people assholes in that one. You can follow me on Twitter at Jen's Little Corner, or subscribe to me on YouTube if you like my content and all that. So yeah. And unfortunately, I do know Nacho. And fortunately, I do know Mary.
Well, fuck you.
I said it's fortunate that I do know you. I said, unfortunately, I know Nacho.
Oh, okay. All right. No, that's fine then.
Yeah, so take that back, bitch.
I love you, Jen.
Love you too.
All right. The person directly underneath Nacho and Jen. What an interesting threesome that would be.
Well, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Polyamorous triad.
Let's get it on. The worst thing is my wife was listening to the stream, and I just heard a big laugh come from the bedroom. So no, honey, you can't do that. It's like ha 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 ha.
Does she think you're not up to it? Is that what it is, Chris?
Probably, but anyway, that's what. Anyway, so when I'm not getting involved in threesomes with Jen and Nacho, I'm Atheist Pastor, also known as Chris. I'm a former church leader who studied the Bible, saw the light, and got the hell out of religion. So now I do atheist content. I poke a little bit of fun at Christianity and other religions, and tell people or find the flaws just a little bit. But look, my main thing is. When a lot of people get out of religion, they lack a community. So my big thing is to try and help create communities. So every Friday night, I have what's called Friday Night Six Pack, where if you like this, I mean, this is kind of 5 out of 6 are the usual crowd we get for Friday Night Six Packs. So if you like what you see tonight on either of the streams, come and check out mine at some point too.
Yeah. So also I'll get the mods to periodically just drop your channel your URLs into the things.
Yeah,
Chill
you're right.
Want to
Yeah.
throw
Kill
out
the
there,
shit out of me.
Yeah.
Alex
Yeah, so-
Anderson on Navadia's side chat there has a great point. What a radio voice you have, Pastor.
You do actually have a good
I've
radio.
actually got a good head for radio too, I'm told. So
Yeah,
Got a face for radio.
blessing and a curse.
yeah,
that
I've
will
got
be
the
the
face
good
for
thing when you
radio. That's why I have
eventually
an
get-
avatar.
When you eventually become Prime Minister of the country, Chris, that'll be a good thing. We'll have a good voice out there for the country.
A strong
No.
Labour leader.
Yeah, no. The only time you'll see me wearing red.
Sorry, greens. That's it.
You're wearing red now.
Yeah, I know. No, this is the Flash, you know.
Speaking of flashes, I'm
Thought the shit
probably
was
about
gonna
to
get
get
higher.
some thunder because
I
there
thought
is
you
a
were going
storm.
in a completely different direction there when you said speaking of flashes.
Yeah, no, just in case you hear a bang, it's probably thunder. I've got a storm
Yeah.
right above me. Yeah, it's pretty
Now,
loud.
all of us guys in the world watching just got really excited for about half a second.
You'll see a spike in viewership.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll just
and
flash.
then a drop right after.
I wonder how many of them are actually here expecting what person below predicted on Twitter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, for people
Moving
who
on.
don't know the bit of a context, person below lewd is like a bot, and often it just tags and says the person below blah blah blah, and apparently Notja is in the mood for something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway,
Oral sex, but him
Ooh.
giving, not receiving.
giving.
Oh,
Because he's a giving
Oh, that's-
person, aren't you, not?
He is a giving person.
wow.
Yeah.
I like to show the love. Spread it
Sam.
all around.
Oh, you might want to get tested, Merritt.
He's what?
Anyway, Sam.
Speaking of spreading the love,
Yeah,
so
who are
Vagrant
you?
Sam is my channel. Sam's fine generally. Occasionally people call me Vagrant, but Sam is the first name in there. I do ex-evangelical content. So I used to be Pentecostal AOG, went to Bible college, and became an atheist at Bible college, which was fantastic. And something about those memories of going to church in the morning to clean the church and trying to shake off that hangover and transitioning out of the faith was spectacular. So you'll see various videos about that. I'm starting to mess around a little bit with some games as well. I botched a stream trying to do The Greatest Journey today, and hopefully more botching of that in the future. But yeah, that's me at the moment.
Okay. And for me, if for Nacho's channel, my name's Navadia. I also do sciencey, and this is going to be important, science and atheist content, a little bit of fun, a little bit of serious. I've got a fairly eclectic channel. I've realized the other day I tend to have a channel where I can link something in almost anything. It's like, oh, watch this video. So yeah, that's something I noticed the other day. Anyway, that is me. So I think we should probably explain who Ron is.
Saint Ron. Saint Ron the
Saint
Godly.
Ron. A bit of background.
Confused with Ron Weasley.
Yeah, no, Ron Weasley is actually somebody I wish actually existed. In slightly opposite to what actually the other Ron kind of wish they would go away, really. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, my camera I bought secondhand at one of those secondhand shops. Cost me $65, which was fine, but it also has a battery life of about 35-40 minutes, and it runs out very quickly. What else does it do? It's kind of got crappy visuals. Like it's just old. It's about 9 to 11 years old from what I can gather. And it's just kind of, I'm like, I've put enough effort into this channel and know this is going to be a long-term project. I'm going to put out a fundraiser to say, hey, I recognize not everybody wants to be my patron, but also also you might want to, support my channel financially. So I thought I'd do a fundraiser. Anyway, a couple of days ago, I commented on a random Twitter thread. I don't even know where I found it from. I just was like, I think it was asking, if people wanted to, like, do you believe that there's alien life form or something like that? It was a religious thread, and I wrote, as a scientist, I highly doubt at the moment that we have anybody connecting. There's not intelligent life in our sphere of being able to communicate with them. But in regards to microbes, I think they're everywhere. I think there is life everywhere.
Ubiquitous, definitely ubiquitous.
What was that? Sorry, Jen, you're a bit quiet.
Sorry, that's probably because I'm miles from
no one has ever said Jen was quiet.
That
is a first.
That's a first.
No, I was agreeing with you. I'm saying life is definitely ubiquitous. I can't imagine it being any other way. As far as microbial, even more advanced life, intelligent life is going to be what's rare.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I think intelligent life is the was it the Great Divider or something like that? The Great Wall?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, life's been on our multicellular life has been on our planet for 250 million years. They think single-celled life goes back to about 3.5 billion years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
It took 3 billion years plus to go from single cells to multi-cell, and then 250 million years to get to a point where you have intelligent life. It's rare. It's not something that happens all the time. A particular set of circumstances have to fall right in place for that to happen, because evolution doesn't care about intelligence.
No,
intelligence isn't required for survival.
Yeah, exactly. And
now I've done my side rant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that was my response. Anyway, so what happened was, hopefully my computer won't decide to shit itself again. Anyway, so what I decided to do was answer that question and give my computer a little bit. It's thinking. It is thinking. Still think. Oh, hey, all right. All right, so I'm going to share my screen.
And Mara crashes again. No, I'm not wishing
don't you dare say that. All right, so just in case you can't read this or you're just listening, someone called Ron jumped onto my my GoFundMe. Hey, everyone, can you please support me? And he goes, so just so we're clear, you're a really knowledgeable person when it comes to science, so much so that you feel qualified to educate others on the subject, but apparently don't make enough money as a science expert to buy your own camera. Giggle. So I kind of saw that and went, well, screw you. Retweeted it and went, how to be an asshole on the internet. By the way, please donate to my PayPal and let Ron know how much you've donated. Anyway, that kind of started off a bit of a shitstorm. I think most people can agree with me on that one.
I was bored around that time of Friday.
What was that? Sorry, Chris?
I said, what a fun shitstorm it's been.
Oh, it's been beautiful.
Oh, it has. And there's been so many contributors. No time to thank.
Gorgeous. So in the description of my channel, on my stream.
Actually,
and I think
really quickly, I just want to say, anyone who's watching this, obviously Ron's details and Twitter stuff's up there. Don't go harassing the guy. We don't want anyone to do that. We've spent days poking fun at him, and it's been wonderful, but don't go and harass this guy. We want to be very, very clear. We're not telling people to do that.
Yeah, no, please don't do that. I agree. Good point, Chris. Please don't go and dogpile him. He's had enough dogpiling. But
I actually don't think we dogpiled him, Meredith. We all came to your defense, and that's entirely different to dogpiling.
Yeah.
And then he started fights with each and every one of us, which we'll get into, though.
Yeah. This might end up being a very long stream, by the way. Anyway, so stop sharing. If anybody would like to please donate to my PayPal or another person who actually is a lot more deserving and is in my chat at the moment, PurpleRhymesWithOrange. He's in a bit of a situation at the moment where he needs to move into a new place, and I personally would prefer it if you actually donated to him first versus me. But, I'm not going to say no if you wish to donate to me. Purple Rhymes with Orange is actually one of the more important people, in my opinion, in our community. In fact, I will log into Twitter. And Purple, did you want to join in the stream, Perps, or... so if you could go and also maybe consider contributing to Purple's stream, not stream, sorry.
GoFundMe.
Someone take over. I'm trying to
GoFundMe or the PayPal, where the PayPal.
Preferably the PayPal. Preferably
Yeah.
the PayPal if you're going to contribute to Perps, because he gets more of the money from the PayPal than if you do a GoFundMe.
And make sure you put down as a friend or family when you do it, so that way there's no fees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I would prefer it if you donated to him over me, because, Perps is really important, is a really important person.
I'd like to point out, Perp, in response to what you just said, it's not unusual for all of us to have had a few on a Friday night. I don't know if any of us have been actually drinking tonight, but being a little drunk on stream is fairly normal.
Very normal. Very, very, very normal.
You're dealing with Australians here. I'm not drinking because I've been sick, but aside from that.
Yes, so Okay, so Purple, I've just sent you the StreamYard link. If you wish to join in, you don't have to if you do not wish, but I will definitely have you on so you can explain more your situation. Yeah, so that's basically the whole story, the beginnings of the shitstorm our Twitter feeds have been over the past couple of days. Anyway, so a couple of things that, let's be honest, we all were a little bit shitty. I'm not saying, well, not all of us. I do believe that I could have behaved better, such as in my retweet. I should not have gone, hey, everyone, this is how you be an asshole on the internet, because frankly, he got upset about that.
Yeah, but he's a precious little petal, isn't he? If you go and attack someone and have a go at someone and they retweet it to point out that you're an asshole, well,
yeah, I
think
there's justified retribution as well, Mara. It's different if we all came with any aspects of what we did that could have been perceived as dogpiling. But I'm not particularly sure there was a case of that. We came into your defense. He went back at us. And even when we said we're not interested in having this discussion with you, he still kept coming at us. So he opened the door for it.
And in a pretty nasty way. Even then, what he'd do is he'd see people in the conversation or the chat, and he'd just start having it. He was picking fights with people. Well, absolutely.
Yeah, and he was individually trying to go through each of us, more or less.
Yes.
So
So to call him an arsehole, I think, is probably an insult to
Oh, it's
arsehole.
justified. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, I feel that I personally could have behaved better, but oh well.
Nah.
What's done is done.
Thor's angry in the background at you too, by the way.
Oh, I know. I can. All right. So, I'm just trying to find, now that everything has been a little bit screwed around when my computer decided to shit itself.
all right, fundraiser for a new computer for Mary.
That too.
Next week
Okay.
on the
So
radio.
my the thing that I wanted to point out with this guy is that I'll just go and share my screen again. Sorry, I've only got one screen that I'm running on as well, so it's all levels of technology. So the thing is, as I said earlier, I wanted to give people an opportunity if they wanted to support my my channel to please support my channel and earn me a little bit of money. Hang on. Anyway, Ron decided to attack me on the fact that I didn't have the money. And he used the fact that I was doing this fundraiser to go, this is, you're poor, therefore what you're saying about your credentials is a lie, but not really. He's got no idea who I am.
Yeah, he seems to think
Scientists
scientists are paid like politicians, doesn't he?
Which they
politicians
aren't.
aren't paid that much.
They aren't.
No, they aren't either. But scientists, a scientist with a PhD, so that's like 8 years worth of study, earns $90,000 a year. So, like Australian dollars a year, and that's kind of ridiculous. If that's 8 years worth of study, and they have a PhD and they get 90 grand a year,
And a student debt.
yeah, and a student debt and all of that sort of stuff. So scientists aren't rich people. Anyway, so first of all, he accused me of lying, accused me of not having any integrity, poverty shamed me.
How dare you be poor?
I know. Where, you know, to be perfectly frank, I'm not poor at the moment. Like I know when my next meal is coming from. I am in a financially stable situation. So please don't stress about that one for me, everyone. But I just wanted to go, you know, there are some people who would like to see me, would like to donate towards my channel. Like, that's basically what I was thinking. And I actually thought through it, and I was like, you know, is it ethical for me to ask this question, to raise money? Because I was thinking, like, you know, I know people get that enjoyment out of my channel, so maybe people would like to be able to donate to me. So that's why I did it, and because of that, he was like, oh, I see it's not that you can't make enough money with your scientific expertise to afford a new camera, but with a whopping price of $1,000, but you just wanted to give people the opportunity to pay for it. How very thoughtful of you, lol. So any comments on this one?
Well, he just dug in deeper, didn't he?
I just want to point out that, like, people like PewDiePie exist. You get millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars to talk whatever shit nonsense they want to talk about that day, which is fine. They can. That's awesome. So that doesn't help anybody, really. Sometimes it even hurts. Like, they're doing, like, just basically educational shit. You know? Like, even in a real job, that's bottom of the barrel for a paycheck. And you're bitching about that. Like,
hey, lovely Purple.
Hey, Purple. Hello.
Hey, Purps. There's a guy in
Hello.
Brisbane in the mall that he's often there, and he's playing Darude Sandstorm with thongs and pipes, and people are happy to throw a few dollars there, and yet Ron has the audacity to try and make Navadia feel guilty for creating something that is educational, that is uplifting, that is helping to build a community. And it's just showing, like, I think, we'll get to his real motivations later, but it's BS. I'm not going to swear yet, but it's BS.
I was going to say it's a if it had been a preacher, if it had been like a Kent Hovind or a Ken Ham saying, we need $20 from everyone for the Ark encounters in flood insurance or something like that, I'm sure he would have been,
he would have donated $100.
Yeah, and he'd be bragging, I gave to Ham or something, some shit like that. The problem he's got is you're putting out science content that conflicts with his worldview, and it's because he's this high-horsed, morally superior Christian. He just wanted to knock you down a couple of pegs. It's what we call tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah. And I'd question whether I know he thinks he's morally superior, but personally, after reading his tweets, he's morally fucking bankrupt.
Oh yeah, but in his head, he thinks. I mean,
he thinks he's
better. Handles a Bible verse, for crying out loud. I mean, this guy, he's Captain Fundy, but with the nasty streak.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So, Purple, would you like to introduce yourself? If anyone can, in the side chat, please drop down Purple's amazing channel. Purple does some great work, and he's, as I said, one of the backbones of our community, and I'm really grateful that he's around. So please tell us about yourself, who you are, why you're raising funds.
You're way too kind. It is 5:30 in the morning here, and I've had about 6 shots in the last 2 or 3 hours, so I don't know if I'm terribly coherent. But basically, I got stuck in this backwater town because 5 years ago, my fiance died, and this was where I had some family and the only place I could go. But I knew this town was going to drive me crazy. I've been trying to get back to Minnesota the entire time. I had actually saved up $5,000, but then I wound up not getting paid for about 6 months' work I've done. And the guy who owes me the money bankrupted his company and declared personal bankruptcy. So the chance of me seeing any of that money is extremely remote. And I wound up having to spend everything I had at the bank just to cover basic living expenses. So I've got an apartment I can afford in Minnesota now, but I need some funds to relocate.
Yeah. So as I said, if you've got a spare couple of dollars, please chuck them Purple's way. That would be my preference, because camera's a camera, but Purple needs it more than I do.
Well, and part of moving to Minnesota is I know that my earning potential will be significantly greater than it is where I am now. So once I get there, I'll be in a better position to help other people too.
Yeah. So if you can, that would be much better. So Purple, you've been watching part of the stream that we've been doing. What do you think of St. Ron?
I really don't know the background of the situation, so I was just kind of sitting here and absorbing it so far.
Well, basically, he's a troll, and we're here just to laugh at him and make a few jokes at his expense.
Yeah, I tend to avoid the public areas of Twitter because it's pretty much constantly flame wars and dumpster fires.
Oh yeah,
so
this was
somebody tags me in something, I probably don't see it.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a dumpster fire. In fact, we could probably say an entire bloody trash pit fire. Yeah. So so my going back. Okay. So one of the things that I really enjoyed about the whole thing is that Ron was telling everyone that we were all hypocrites.
Yeah, which was the big. Well, it wasn't his only hypocrisy, but it was one of his bigger ones.
It was my favorite one.
What our basis was for being hypocritical. Like there was no measurement that he was able to go, well, you're a hypocrite because you did this, but you said that. Because we never said anything except for you're an arsehole. Like there's no measure for him.
Yes.
I haven't played nice with him to start with, and I thought, all right, what I'm going to do is I'll throw it back at him. If he's here trying to evangelize, we'll play the game. So I threw the what proofs have you got? What proofs have you got? And he just kept throwing the insults and all this crap and having a go at Mero. And he kept throwing out this Bible verse, which is in Proverbs 26, which is it's a folly to argue with a fool, along those lines. So it's the Christian gutless go-to for I'm not going to discuss this with you because you're a fool and the Bible says not to discuss it with you. So I threw a bit of a verse from the same proverb, which was I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's basically that something that, if you're a quarrelsome person, you go looking for a fight. Well, that's a folly as well. And he got all angry. He got so upset. He's like, "You're misquoting the Bible and
he
what
accused
relevance?"
us of cherry picking, which is exactly what he started with.
Yeah. But I actually said, if you're going to cherry pick, if you're going to use whatever verse you want to suit the argument you're using, well, here's one for you. And then he accuses us of cherry picking. I was like, you got to be kidding. I'll give him one thing, and I actually did chuckle. He called me atheist poser, and I thought, actually, you know what? That's actually pretty funny. I gave him that one. So that was after I sort of kept having a go at him, saying, "Look, come up with something original at least. You're regurgitating Ken Ham and Ray Comfort lines. Come up with something original." And he called me atheist poser, and I thought, well, good for you. You had an original thought. That's the start in the process towards atheism.
Yeah, I love how he sort of like doubts everyone's claims. Yeah. Like he said, "Oh, you don't know anything about the Bible," and you're like, "Ah," and then
okay.
And then of course he threw passive homophobia at Andrew.
Yeah.
Like didn't he just get it by going onto his profile too? Like no one brought it up.
Yeah, that was. He was checking out all our profiles.
Clearly clicking profiles to pick.
So when Chris and I called him out on his homophobia, he went at me. So I was like, "Yeah, go on, be a dick."
But then he went on to my YouTube channel. Like he actually went to the effort of clicking on my profile, clicking on the link to my YouTube channel, watching part of one of my videos, and he would have watched a decent amount of the video because there was a bit where we mentioned him, and that's about 20 minutes in, and then comments on it and makes a big deal of it. And then starts going, "I didn't watch it all because it was so boring, but I noticed you didn't mention this, or this." And I was like, well, actually, if you had watched another 10 minutes, you probably would have seen that. Nah, you're a liar. You're an idiot. You are a knob. But he was that riled. He was on that much of a drive that he was actually going to that effort and trying to, going and watching our stuff. Like this guy has spent a good part of 4 days, arguing with
taking us all on his own, and we've been tag teaming.
Yeah. I mean, we've been taking shit. I mean, it's I normally do early morning, and then it goes over to Mero between 12 and 2, and then Jen picks it up a bit later, and then Nacho's always there with the good zinger, and Sam comes in the evening.
And of course we've had
I don't think anyone sleeps.
Andrew and Becca and Wondering and a few others who've all contributed.
Jay's been on it too.
Yeah,
Jay jumped in. Grumpy old Dave.
Grumpy old Dave, yeah.
Blue Collar Heathen, I think, had a pop too.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. Grumpy old Dave's response. Let's see if I can find it in my in my thousands of screenshots that I've got up.
I was a little disappointed if my baits didn't get more than a nibble, but yeah, what can you do?
Hang on.
1-1, yes.
I'll see. Aha, here we go. I found it. Just let it load. Come on, computer.
I love the face, Mara. I love the face.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, just sharing my screen and sorry about having to do this. So, Grumpy old Dave. Beautiful. Just so we're clear, you are saved by Christ, the God of the universe, who is all-powerful but needs his followers to donate money to spread his word. Giggle.
Oh, that's all. I didn't see that. That's great.
Dave's always in with the good ones.
Dave.
And I love the giggle at the end because that's
Yeah.
good, that's good for Ronnie.
He likes a good giggle. You know, he's one of those people who can probably tickle themselves.
Probably. Yeah. No, it's sort
Regularly
of,
every evening whilst he thinks God's not watching.
probably.
Oh, he repents after. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. As he's in the shower, cleaning himself off.
Better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission.
That's the
Yeah, exactly. Hang on, let's see. I'm just trying to find an example of where he's upset that I called him an asshole. Because
that was great. He really, really got cranky at that.
I keep forgetting
he got very upset about that.
You
and
used cuss words.
how could I?
God, if he only watched your channel.
Yeah.
He probably did. He probably watched a video at some point just so he could comment.
That's where he learnt about balls.
Possibly.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any of his own.
Oh, he's lacking them. He's lacking them. He's like, oh, shit, that's what they look like.
It says he's a father on his profile, so he's got something.
Could be a well. There's a father and there's a father. He could be the collar wearing kind of father.
Like,
So,
I mean, we don't judge though. It could be any other sort of way you can get to be fathering children,
Yeah.
rightfully so too. It still doesn't mean he has balls.
That's why I said something, not testicles.
I helped raise 9 children. None of them had my DNA.
Exactly.
I'm just going to show you his his name for me. And there's people like you and the scientists want to be nerfada who don't have enough integrity to admit the hypocrisy of your buddies just because you atheists have to stick together. What a sad lot. Nerfada.
There's the pot calling the fucking kettle black, isn't it? You atheists have to stick together. What do you think fucking Christians do all the fucking time?
To be fair, Ron didn't have any mates.
Yeah,
No,
he's only got like 50 followers or something when I blocked him.
See, that tweet is the one the last time I responded to him was that tweet, and it was just
really?
Doctor Who in the rain gif.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
oh, you've been the gift king in this argument. So I just want to say that you're bringing out all this.
And he had no response. No response.
He probably doesn't watch Doctor Who. It's probably too satanic for him.
Yeah, but like the sadness in the eyes and just the clear dread of existential timelessness from a Time Lord should have still, the message still should have got there.
JW's even watch Doctor Who, and they don't watch fucking anything.
Really? It's interesting.
Well, I mean, admittedly, they don't talk about it. It's not meant to, but they do watch it.
I'm sure there's lots of things JWs do that they're not meant to do.
Yeah, right. That's true.
I think that's true in any religion.
Yeah.
Incidentally, here's an irony. His Twitter handle is a Bible verse, right? So I've just pulled up the Bible verse, and it's but test everything that is said. Hold on to what is good. He's failing. He is failing.
Oh no, maybe he is hot. Maybe he does hang on to what's good. He hangs on to it regularly and strokes it and has fun with it, and that's about what he does.
Well, he's hanging on to conversations with us, so maybe we're good.
To be honest with you, I asked the question, maybe he's lonely. And do you know what? I think I might be onto something like that.
So are you implying that it's us that he's stroking?
I think he's actually just very desperate for human interaction.
His location verse as well is Romans 1:13-32 or something like 18-32, and it's about God's wrath against the sinless people. So that's where he's coming from. That's his location.
Yeah, not to be crude, but I'm certain there are many men who are stroking watching Nirvadia.
Rule 63 is a thing. I've come to understand that.
Where is Google? Does that exist?
Yes, it does.
Google,
Don't go.
yeah, Google
Okay, I won't
exists.
Google it then.
Yeah. So one of the things that go share the screen. I really need to have a better setup. Is that when he brought up the whole subjective and objective morality? And it's like, where the fuck did you get that from?
It's his little pocketbook of things to say when the conversation gets difficult. Just switch to this.
And again, everyone, please don't go and dogpile him. Just if you do donate to my my PayPal, please just tag him and go, this person, can you just letting you know I donated this much towards Navadia's new camera. Thank you for letting her know. Like, thank you for this. I'm really glad I did this in your name. So anyway, he's talking about how God is moral.
Oh yeah. This was some great stuff.
Oh, it was beautiful.
The thing is, though, he's pulling it. This is like he's pulling these lines right out of the Ray Comfort apologetics book. Like, it's not original stuff he's coming up with. But some of the arguments he was throwing is like, okay, I know where you're going with this, and here's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Price, my first apologetic.
Yeah,
he's totally a Ken Ham and Ray Comfort butler. He's just.
Yeah.
I mean, you only have to see what he's retweeting and all the stuff that he's commenting on.
It all makes sense. Right
from
New Zealand.
I don't get
Ken
the
from
people who
Australia.
have followed them for several years, because the more you listen to Ken Ham, the less sense he makes.
Well, that's the same for most of them, really.
Mm.
I mean, what was the statement Ray Comfort put out today? Oh, that you need to pray before you think.
Actually, there's a church near here that
and pray before you think.
Pray before
there's
you
a church
think.
near here that all summer long had a sign up that said "Faith over facts."
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much what Ray and Ken believe, isn't it? I mean, everything you want to know about Ken Ham came out in the end of his debate with
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, thank you.
Yeah.
Where he said, when he was asked what would change your opinion, and he said, "Oh, nothing, because I start with the Bible and everything's about the Bible." At that point, there's no ounce of honesty in the man.
Well, there is. He's honest about being an idiot.
About being dishonest. Yeah.
Here's my label. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah. He's honest about having his head shoved in the sand. Well, I'm saying sand to be nice. I suspect it's actually shoved up his own ass.
Well, don't forget as well. I mean, from his point of view, he's in a relationship with the creator of the universe, and he's convinced that that's true. So I guess I get that, because I've been there myself, where someone would have said, what'll change your mind? I probably would have gone, nothing. I know. I know. So there is that mindset, and it does get repeated a lot. So, and obviously that wasn't the case for me, because, well, here I am. But yeah, so I'm always mindful of that. It's some of I think with people like Ken Ham and Ray Comfort, the crap that they're spouting, surely there is absolutely no way that they are dumb enough to buy into it, because I don't think either of them are unintelligent people. But
I don't know about Ray.
No, he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. He plays the very simple, very easygoing guy with the nice, easy questions. But he's a very. I'll take my hat off. He's a smart guy, but he's wrong.
If they're not idiots, then they are approaching evil, and that's the issue that I have with them.
Yes,
is that if they're smart enough to know better, then they're doing something that's
immoral. I
immoral.
would agree at Ken Ham that he knows better, but it sells his books, so he keeps playing it.
And I think
Yeah.
once you get so far down the rabbit hole, they just keep going with it. I mean, it's his livelihood. He couldn't back out now. The only one who's really genuine is the great Dr. Kent Hovind. So he's the only one who he's got the facts. That guy.
Inmate number 5. I can't do it. I haven't memorized it, but yeah.
Well, that was another thing that that we were talking about earlier. Is that at least I'm asking for money, but you know where it's going for. It's not like I'm a tax exempt organization that's that uses its money, ill-gotten gains by covering up child sex abuse or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the difference.
it's
That you tell
cheap.
people ahead of time what the money's going for.
Mm.
Well, Ken does that. It's going to flood insurance for the Ark.
That's
Yeah, I have
true.
a question about Ken. Do you actually think he thinks that he's a modern day Noah and that's why he had to build the Ark?
No, he
Well,
knows it's full of shit.
You'd have to.
It's just a facade too. So.
I think we need to put Ken Ham on his own ark and put it out to sea. And if it sinks, he just didn't have enough faith.
Well, wouldn't that mean we just use the ark he built?
Yeah.
Put that out to sea then? Yeah.
I'm good with that on one proviso, and that's that you send it the Atlantic side of the US because we don't want him sailing back to Australia. We're not prepared to risk that.
Send him to Lanzarote. It's like a volcanic island with like.
I
not
doubt
much
it'll
on it
make
near the
much
UK.
difference. I don't
Wait,
think he'll make it
yeah,
more
like,
than 100 meters
I
out
was
to
gonna
sea.
say
I
that's
need to make
exactly what I was
it
gonna
further
say.
than
He
that.
won't make it
Yeah,
that far.
we're back
Like,
from there. Sorry, Nacho.
no, you're right. I was agreeing with Perps.
Yeah.
I just want to do a very good big shout out to my mods, mainly Critical Cripper, for putting in all the links and stuff like that. So thank you very much, by the way, for that, for my mods and everything.
Yeah, Critical Cripple and IQ are the world's greatest volunteer mods.
Yeah, so big thank you to all of you. What about you, Nacho? Is there anybody on your side, on your chat?
Well, I got Critical Cripple doing pretty much the same thing. Support Marrow. Support Marrow.
Thank you.
Normally
Yeah,
it's IQ, but IQ I think went to bed or something a bit earlier.
fair enough. Yeah, so big shout out to you guys for being awesome mods.
Yeah, appreciate you putting up my links there too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
You know we
I
love
think
you. You know
it's
we
very-
love you, Perps.
It's very easy for people who are in religious communities because the churches have got plenty of cash, and it's very easy for people in those communities to find help. You know, it's always on the proviso that you're attending the church and, you know, and going with the whole God thing.
Yes,
It's
which
important
makes me
for our
think it's
community
not
to do
real
the same thing,
charity.
though. Yeah, we need to do the same thing in our community. We need to support each other, and that doesn't mean we're constantly throwing money out there. But when there's actually a need, we actually do need to get involved as a community and say, hey, we're all here for each other. We are, even though we're separated by, you know, oceans and on the other side of the planet, we do need to come together and actually say, you know, we are going to back each other and we are going to make a difference, because the community we've got here, especially online, it's better than any church community I was ever involved in. It's a genuine community, and I think we need to remember that sometimes.
I would make one adjustment, and that's like, yes, when there's a need, we come together, but also when we see value being created by each other, we need to support that as well.
Absolutely.
Because it's
Yeah,
easy to get caught up in the charity is like noble without realizing that it's also noble to like acknowledge value. Like the whole idea of Patreon, for example, is like bring back patrons of the arts to help stimulate new ideas, new discussions, you know, and see the value in that, because, you know, if we don't value it, it won't get done.
I would agree. Since discovering the atheist community online, I've gotten a much better sense of what community is than I ever had before.
Yeah. No, we come together. Like a perfect example is not just new computer. That was just like, that blew me away. Like the generosity of everybody. You know, I had a couple.
In the last
you
2
and me
years,
both.
I've seen like, you know, about 8 fundraisers like that have gotten people things they really needed.
Yeah. And like in what was it? The charity fundraiser that Shannon and Vice Rhino and all of them pushed to get $8,000 to donate to charities. That went really, really well. Like that blew up.
Or
So,
Shannon's Stick It Up, Ken Ham's charity fundraiser.
yeah, that went
Yeah,
on
that
as
was
well.
awesome. That was so much fun.
Yeah. So this is a fantastic community, and I'm really, really grateful that we are,
Given the actual size of our community, because it's not enormous, I think we do amazingly well with what
it's quality over quantity, isn't it?
Yeah. So going back to the ever beautiful Ron, because may as well. Hang on, share screen again. And share. All right. You probably can't see, but you can't see because above that is he said that he hit a nerve. So my response is the only nerve you've hit here is the ulnar nerve. Oh, that's right. He also said I needed the thick skin. And I'm like, dude, I called you an asshole and you're bitching about it. You've been an absolute asshole to everyone. And like, anyway, so I said the only nerve you've hit here is the ulnar nerve. You honestly are extremely entertaining. May I remind you how butthurt you were when I called you an asshole? How thick is your skin? Does graphene rival it? And Chris, you came back with a pretty good retort where you were like, don't use big words or something like that.
Well, he gets confused very easy, our St. Ron. So
probably, I would say so. Anyway, his response is to me is like, yes, you're on to me. After pointing out that you couldn't make enough money as a science expert to buy a camera, I still managed to care enough about what you think about what you think to have my feelings hurt by you. Brilliant. And then Chris, can you say this because we need your voice. This is yours.
Okay. Ironically, this is probably the most honest thing that St. Ron has posted.
And Jen, may as well now that you're here.
Wow, Ron. That's not right. Wow, Ron is still going. Doesn't he have anything better to do?
Purple, do you want to be Ron?
No, I don't think I can keep up with it.
Wow. What a shocker. Another LGBT person that has a problem with the Bible. Jeez, I wonder why.
Chris.
And probably because it's a fucking evil, homophobic piece of Bronze-aged literature.
That was gorgeous. That was absolutely beautiful.
Not very often I get to play myself in a radio play.
I'll be yourself often anyway.
I mean, the depths he went to in some of his comments are just unbelievable. I mean, whilst we're saying don't dogpile him, if anybody wants to go and find the thread and read through it, it is quite funny, really.
It is a thing of beauty.
I mean, at various times, various ones of us either muted him or blocked him because we just got sick of it for a while, and then you come back later and re-deal with it later. But pretty much that he was on the case of somebody the entire time, except for when he slept.
Had a busy weekend.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got no one in his life at all.
As I said, I do actually think he's probably a very lonely person. So I think this is like
excuse him being an asshole.
No, it doesn't. But it helps you understand who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, look, when he was having a go at you, Mero, it was sort of like, all right, well, let's fuck with this guy because he's being a bit of a dick, and that's fine. But then the second he starts going on the LGBT rants, I'm just like, okay, now we've got a genuine bona fide bigoted arsehole here, so it's open slather.
And And we were kind of hoping he'd go all out bigot, but he never did. He just stayed shy of that, so we couldn't give him a bit of a time out.
Yeah, but the thing is, the things that he was saying about us was enough to be reportable.
Definitely. Well, in fact, didn't we actually report one thing he said?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because he actually went racist after a while, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, I missed that.
What?
He did.
I missed
Yeah,
that.
no, he put a racist tweet up when he was talking to Becca, with Wondering's wife, Hissy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he called her a monkey.
Yeah.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on. That's like auto report.
Yeah. So
I reported it. I think you did too, Mero. She did.
I did. And she's still going with him. Like, as of 59 minutes ago. 57 minutes ago. She's still talking to him. Go Becca. She's done a great thing.
I mean, we butted him up, but she tore him a new one.
Oh yeah.
She has taken the mantle, and she is just
Oh yeah, and she's actually. I mean, we all knew our Bibles better than he did.
Of course.
She's absolutely blowing him away.
In fact, when I first met her, I called her, "Oh, you're Mrs. Wondering." Well, Wondering, you're Mr. Becker.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Actually, I found the tweet that I was looking for. Thank you, Dave, for finding it. So this was fairly early on in the thread. Navadia, first of all, it's pretty fascinating that a person with your scientific stature immediately starts calling a person an asshole who doesn't think you're as impressive as you think you are. Second, I don't think you're an artist, but a self-deluded scientist wannabe. Or one-tabe.
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 I'm just going to throw it out there. By putting the dollar signs in, does that negate and mean he's not swearing and therefore not upsetting God?
It's like when I was a Christian, you used to swear by saying, "Shut the front door, you motherfucker barstool." And like,
that is brilliant.
Okay, even from my limited background, the word artist doesn't seem to come into this at all.
I kind of said while I was on it, I was like, I'm just raising money because I feel like some people might want to donate a little bit towards my channel, and then I said, how is that wrong? Or are you one of those assholes that think that that artists don't deserve to be paid?
Yeah,
and that's where he got that from.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense, son.
Yeah, because that's just the question that I had to ask him.
It was like one of the points before he let slip the whole, "Oh, you're defiling God." He was really focused on you getting paid for doing stuff, and we were trying to tease out, well, dude, this is micro gig economy. This is Uber Eats. This is Airbnb. This is YouTube. Hello, 2020, mate. New Year was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, that's what Patreon is all about. It's for people to donate on the completely volunteer basis to who they believe in.
Yeah, and
because time and money does go into this. I mean, it's not, and I know that there's this perception that YouTubers are all rolling around and making money. Maybe some at the top are going okay. I've got to tell you, it's I know for me, it cost me a hell of a lot more to do this than anything I would ever get out of it. And I would imagine we're probably all in the same boat. It's very much.
I haven't got anything out of it at all. So how's that?
Yeah.
Well, that makes two of us.
Well, I now have two patron supporters. So if you work it out to how much I get paid per hour, it's probably about 20 cents per hour.
Yeah, I'm something like that.
I do have a Patreon. I do have so I make $3 a month.
Well done. Well done.
You lose $3 less a month after your expenses. Internet's not free.
At least.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So you don't get a lot. You genuinely don't get a lot, and
no.
And we do appreciate all of it because you don't have to, and that's where the that's where the difference between me going, hey, if you want to donate towards a camera, fine, that's go for it. But versus what I think, Sam, I think you made this point that at least I'm not trying to force people into doing, because I had the gift. That's right. I think you said it, that at least I'm not guilt tripping people into doing it.
Yeah, if you don't donate to the camera, then you're going to suffer in eternal torment forever. So you better donate.
And none of us hold our content to ransom. It's not like you have to contribute to any of us to see what we make. We make the stuff because we enjoy making it. It's a bonus if we make anything out of it. Sure, well, the dream for any of us would be that we can make a living from this, but most YouTubers don't.
It's not even like network TV where they're forcing you to sit through the commercials to see what you have to say.
Exactly. So it's just like, as you said, Sam, it's the gig economy, and we're all doing it for the fun of it. Like, if you go into YouTube thinking you're going to make $1 million, you're an idiot. Like even PewDiePie, I think Professor Stick said, this is what PewDiePie should be getting according to Social Blade. And he goes, ignore the top part because the top part was something ridiculous per year. And he's like, he's probably earning closer to the lower part of this. And, it wasn't much at all, like $100,000 a year or something.
Yeah, he makes his money off
on the platform. It's
until you have at least 500,000 subscribers, you're not going to make anything. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a friend who is, I'm not going to say his channel name because it's a fairly big channel and it kind of is doxing where he lives because people know vaguely where I live. But he's got over 1 million subscribers and he's able to live comfortably, and that most of that is off selling merchandise and stuff. So
and so even the number of subscribers doesn't dictate your amount of income either, because like your demographic alone can like change by like a factor of multiple times what you get, like from 29 cents on your click through to like 89 cents or something ridiculous. So it makes a big difference what content you're doing, and atheist content is always going to be smack bang in the basement, I reckon. So
I think so too. Like, we're not
worse things to do than atheist content, but
they get demonetized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's lots of things that don't do well, and it's not just because people don't watch it. It's because YouTube just doesn't want to promote it or doesn't want to.
You even look at something like the Atheist Experience, and that's got 300,000 people on that page, and that's probably one of, if not the biggest, I guess, in the atheist community. And realistically, I think that the figures are about $6 for every 1,000 views. So if you get 1 million views, okay, you make $6,000. But something like the Atheist Experience with 300,000 subs, now they might get 100,000 views. They're making $600, and for the amount of money and production that they put into that, there's no way that they'd be making money off of that.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Every YouTuber who makes a living off this doesn't do it through advertising revenue from YouTube.
No, absolutely not.
It's from product sale. It's from the help of you lovely people who watch us all with Patreon support and charity drives and stuff like that. So yeah, it's YouTube is not a major source of income for anyone who's in the atheist community. Even our biggest people like Jimmy and that. He survives on his Patreons.
And that's the thing. Like, even if it was a reasonable part of the income, you can't trust it. Like, there's no stability in the YouTube platform. So,
no, definitely
it's a non-starter anyway. It's like, that's nice to have if you get it, but you've really got to focus on the community supporting things like Patreon and your merchandise and brand deals if you manage to get them.
Yeah,
it's a tough gig. So, asking for a couple of dollars here and there.
Yeah. It's not much.
And it's different when you're an atheist content creator too. Because if you're a Christian content creator, well, you know what, you got a big pool of people who will happily and are used to giving money and handing money over. It's quite the opposite. It would be so much easier to be a Christian content creator, and I think we've got to remember that. It's I mean, when you put the video up, Navadia, that you converted to Christianity, how many
off?
What was the spike on that? Like, it was insane.
It was crazy. I've like Surus made a really good point once that if he wanted to become rich on YouTube, he would swallow the red pill, and he would go down and he would be someone like Computing Forever, No Bullshit, those people, those far right,
Yep.
the leftists and the liberals, they're all destroying the planet and destroying the world, and how those disgusting LGBTQ.
You need to
Follow the
basically
Alex
be
Jones thing.
a mixture of a conspiracy theorist and a bigot.
Yeah,
I've said so many times, if I didn't have the ethics, if I had spent the last 2 years building a Woo channel, I'd probably be rich by now.
Well, not so much from the amount of money they make from YouTube, though. It's the number of other assholes out there who will give them money.
Yeah, but just
like
if
this.
I had started a WooTube channel, I could be selling colored water for $500 a bottle.
I got
What was that?
remember Sammy Jenkins in my chat says, and you think about it, even your haters owe you. What else would they hate on if you didn't create?
exactly. Yeah. So
This next line's good. Disgustingly beautiful LGBTQIA people, maybe.
what was that? Sorry.
That was his follow-on from what Notch just read out. That what they'd be hating on is all the disgustingly beautiful LGBTQIA people.
Yeah,
They already do hate on all of us, Sammy.
We're dispersing their efforts just a little bit, Jen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh! I just speaking of that. Hang on, I'm going to share my screen again. Give me a moment.
Moment's over.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Notcha, do you want to read this top one?
Oh, okay. I can't remember the voice I was doing before.
It's sort of like an American sounding kind of voice.
I'm
Put the
just gonna do
douchiest
some
voice
random
you can
shit.
do on.
Yeah, be a douche.
Is it absolutely wrong to be homophobic?
Yes.
And if so, what absolute are you grounding that in, atheist poser?
Snap. To which I reply, good try. This one right out of the Ray Comfort playbook. Morality is subjective, so no, it's not an absolute. But as far as I'm concerned, being homophobic is wrong. And if you're homophobic, you're a douchebag stuck in an era the rest of humanity has moved on from.
Oh, you want me to read mine too, do you?
Yeah, may as well.
At this point, I think Ron Rum might just be a troll.
I just think he's a dickhead with no life. Probably the same thing, though.
Oh, that would have been the perfect meme to play, not just troll.
Yeah,
You had the
well, if
power,
you're
Jen. You
condemning
could have
other
added the GIF.
people who are not doing any harm besides just living their own life.
Look, he went looking at our profiles and then he attacked Andrew. And Andrew had said nothing bad to him at all. Andrew had actually been
So
incredibly polite. And he just went and attacked Andrew because he had LGBT and
Him.
pronouns in his profile. And that's just fucking disgusting. And so I said, both me and Chris called him up on it. And then he had a go at me, and then had a go at Chris for being a supporter. And
I think I typed out a response there as well, and then I was just like, "No, this is too much," and I just deleted it. And I got to get back to work, and just left it. I do that a lot with Twitter. I'll type out a response and think, "No, See you later.
It was downright disgusting what he did. To be honest, you just don't.
Mm.
You
Well,
do realize
apparently
we're
you
getting
do.
almost the same Chris's as we are Jen's, so this is getting confusing.
Chris 1, Chris A, and Chris. I don't know another one.
I've told you, Purple. It's really simple. You can just call me Auntie Jen because it's what half my family call me. That's what I should have called my channel. I should have been Auntie Jen, and then everyone would have thought I was an acne aunt, and then
and then you're like, they're an asshole.
Yeah,
Quabbling asshole.
I want to share something quickly. And it's something I shared in stream today, and I'm glad that you're here, Jen, because it involves you.
What did you do? Come on.
I was on the phone to my mother today, and my
I
mother
saw that.
she said, it's so sometimes I'll have a look and see on a Friday night, because I don't really have much to do on a Friday night, and I'll jump on. I was like, you actually watch my stream? That's awesome! Wow, cool. Mum's watching my stream. She goes, yeah, I really like that Jen. I was like, okay, yeah, she's really good. She's really entertaining. I like her. I'm like, okay, cool. So my mother watches my stream for Jen.
I want to go watch my channel if she wants more.
I mean, that's the only reason I watch.
I think
kidding.
I'm never going to have cheesecake ever again now.
I am not telling any of my immediate family about my channel until I move out of this town.
Probably a good idea.
I can
tell any of
sympathize with you there, Perps.
That's all right. I had an ex of mine who's she's a devout Christian now, and she phoned me up. She sent me text and then she phoned me up, all upset because despite the fact that we're still friends, and despite the fact I told her don't look at my channel because you won't like it, she decided she would, and she decided to go and watch my video where I do Jesus hates the little children, and she phoned me up all upset and all pissy at me because Jesus doesn't hate the children. How could you say something like that? Don't you understand humor?
All the little children of the world, boiled, baked, or fried, he loves them every way he's tried. Cthulhu loves the children of the world.
I mean, that's the thing. You got to understand.
You know who?
Humor,
but
she doesn't.
Just quick. You know who loves all the children in the fucking world? Rolf Harris.
Oh, no. I was primed for Catholic priests there.
Catholic priest, yeah, I was going with Catholic priest too. But
yeah, that's definitely one as well.
Yeah, did I tell you that one of my clients? I work with people with disabilities. One of my clients showed me a video of Rolf Harris telling kids how to say no to a sexual predator. And I went, well, that aged badly now, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was he going, no. Just say maybe?
Oh, Jesus.
And all the kids were singing and dancing and doing this little bop, and I'm like, oh, this went real bad. This is just no.
And this is another reason you need to donate, because videos like this do get demonetized.
If I ever get monetization.
If it was a monetized channel.
Yeah, you got to get monetized first.
Actually, here's another good one. Sharing the screen again. Navadia, I know what I watched in your videos, and it's nonsense. I also know asking people for money to buy a camera. Sorry, Naja.
So yeah, the only thing I'm here that I'm good at.
All right, you do it, mate. You do it.
I mean, you gave him a starring role and you took it away.
Sorry,
he had a cheesecake and took that away
you
too.
Indian giver.
I really am a bad person. I have no integrity.
Ron was right.
Okay, all over again.
Isn't that just the most racist term though, to say Indian giver? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that one. But
I mean,
we all
who the hell
understand
came up with that as a term? Yeah.
It's a giver, a taker, a backer.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How about arsehole?
Navadia, I know what I watched in your videos, and it is nonsense. And I also know asking people for money to buy a camera you supposedly can afford is not an opportunity for them. Give me a break.
See what
You
he's
do that
You need
way
to
too
Kit
well.
Kat, obviously.
Can I
So
say
Sorry,
would
what?
it be egging people on to admit that I'm eating cheesecake while I'm watching this?
Oh
You
man,
have
I
just
want some
won the internet.
cheesecake.
All right, Nevada, you can't steal it.
Oh,
You're too far away.
is this more? Is
Yeah,
this him
there's
as well?
more. I'll
Okay.
go through the rest of these. This is what
Are you ready or
Critical
what?
screenshotted for me. So cheers, mate.
Okay. What was his nickname for your pastor?
Atheist poser.
atheist poser?
Poser.
Oza, that's
Yeah,
right.
when he tags me, he has to call me pastor. Suck shit, Ron.
Atheist pastor Navadia, just keeping it real, bud. If her science was anything more than a way to take unnecessary swipes at God, she wouldn't need others to pay for a camera. Excuse me. Give them the opportunity to do so. Lol.
No.
See, what I love there is it's your science, and you're only doing it to take an unnecessary swipe at God because you really just hate God.
It's true. Clearly, I do.
Well, maybe it's because you can do your science better than God can do his science because God's not very good at science.
No, he's not very good at science
Or real, also not
Or
real.
real.
being
Yeah.
or existing. Like, all right, what's the next one? Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the apps.
You've actually read the Bible.
Oh god, this is gonna get. I'm gonna have to bring it down a level because this is getting. If you've actually read the Bible, you would know that it also says that people like you, who know the gospel and that God exists, suppress this truth in unrighteousness. Lo. You're giving proof of Romans 1:18 through 23, and this still has nothing to do with the subject at hand.
So what's Romans 1?
Low.
What's
I'm
Romans
just
1:18?
I think that's the one that's on his profile that I was
Anger
talking
at
about
sin.
earlier.
God
What was that, sorry?
shows his anger against heaven from all sinful, wicked people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. So they know the truth. So basically, this is the one that says that we all really know that God exists, but we just hate him and choose to be wicked because we love our sin.
Okay, right.
Yeah, this is the one that Ray Comfort loves to quote.
Right. Okay. I always
I
get
love
them
it
You
how he
mixed up.
love your sin,
Blow
don't
your
you?
living.
Yeah, love your sin. This is the point most presuppositionalists
I
start.
do love sin.
Sinning's good, isn't it, baby? Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
It always turns out with cheesecake and sex with you two.
Mm-hmm. Always.
I mean, what else is there in
because
life?
Nacho likes his
Pavlova.
nom noms.
That's true.
Nom, nom, nom.
Pavlova, pizza.
Actually,
Yeah.
considering that
It all
show
means
is,
sex, though.
considering that show's
Cheese.
2D, does that count as hentai or what?
What was that? Sorry.
So considering
Hentai.
that show's 2D, does that count as hentai?
Maybe.
There's not enough
Wouldn't
It's
tentacles.
okay. We all have our things.
Anyway, continuing on.
Hang on. I've got something for this.
Oh, really?
All right.
No. Well, yes, but not for the stream, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're not bringing out the hentai, are you?
Is it a whip or something? Okay. Keep going.
You've studied it at an academic level, but need me to provide its correct And you're not proving Romans 1 correct. Keep talking, please.
And he did.
Like, look how many errors he fit into that. Like that one little piece of prose, and he's just like, there's logical errors, there's grammatical errors, there's like just
No. He got the wrong yaw.
wrong.
It's not
yaw.
difficult. YOUR is ownership. YOU''RE is you are condensed.
Yeah, well, maybe he was suggesting that Chris actually owns Romans.
Yeah.
That's the incorrect it's as well.
Romans is
We
mine.
Yeah,
should put an
exactly.
apostrophe in
Romans
you.
is all yours, Chris.
Yeah. All the Romans. Romans 1.
All
is
the
the-
Romans are yours, yeah.
Excellent.
If he can't be prime minister, he's going to be fucking emperor.
You've got a couple of slaves, do you?
Atheist Caesar, that could be a new name.
Well, God won't have any
Yeah.
problems with it if Chris does have slaves, because God likes slaves.
Exactly. Because God is
Yeah.
the subjective truth.
If you're an
And if-
atheist Caesar, who's the indomitable Gaulish village?
You can be.
Obscure reference, thank you.
Yeah.
You lost me.
Asterix and Obelix,
Yeah.
the indomitable Gauls that Julius Caesar could never take down because of the secret magic potion that their druid would make.
You don't really
Asterix and-
like either an Asterix or an Obelix, though, Sam.
Hey,
Sorry.
it happened in Rome. Rome was a real place, therefore it was real.
See, Sam, you just can't help it.
It's
Even
like
when
what
I'm
happens in Rome stays in
unchallenged
Rome.
ruler, you want to take me on.
Hey, it is written in a book, and that book
Yeah.
is set in a real place, therefore it was a real event.
Like
Well,
Spider-Man.
and there's been more than one book, and they made
There's more
TV
than
series
66
and
books.
movies about it.
And there's video games.
We
And there are
have
video
proof that
games.
we have proof
French
that
are
the
real.
Union forces
Or
burned
even
Atlanta,
movies,
but
man.
that doesn't make
Movies.
Gone with the Wind a historical volume.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
whoa,
that's
whoa,
what
whoa, 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 whoa. What are you telling me here, Purple?
Kevin Costner was fake.
We have proof that the Union Army burned the city of Atlanta, but that doesn't make Gone with the Wind a historical volume.
You know, I thought you said Atlantis for a minute.
I
and I
thought
was
they
gonna
were
say,
both
what?
real.
Isn't that where Kevin Costner has gills?
Close enough. Hang on.
Can we just put a language? Well, I've just read this, and I think we just need to have a language warning here because Ron uses some pretty nasty words there.
Okay.
Pretty
I did
nasty
see
capitals.
Do you want to go back that one?
Oh, my ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
go back.
there was a heck in there, so I just want
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
No, no.
heck. Oh, yeah. Gotta get ready for that heck.
Oh, you put the
Big
right
moment.
yaw. Yeah.
And this may come as a surprise to you, but you're still interacting with something I didn't say. But hey, you fit right in. So what the heck?
You didn't bleep yourself. What the bleep?
Oh no, that was
Sorry.
that somebody else was meant to jump in there.
Oh,
Oh,
Beep, beep. Over the top of me.
all right, say it again.
I'll go from the start of the sentence. But hey, you fit right in. So what the hey? Where the fuck were you? You're like 2 seconds behind me.
Not for the stream, hopefully.
It's the lag. It's the lag.
It's a lag, yeah. We'll blame it on the lag.
Oh, this
YouTube
one's
can't
good.
kick us for that. We tried to censor it.
This one's a good one.
I'm gonna have to try and change my voice. I can't keep doing this same voice.
I'll be honest. I could just sit here all night and listen to you doing Ron.
Yeah. It's
And
beautiful.
reading the things as well.
You
Oh
want
my god! Well, not.
You know what? And this could be a bit of fun for you two later on, Nevada, when Nacho comes over. You've got to say, "Do the Ron voice." Go on.
No, absolutely not. No.
No, you got to play it straight. You got to play it straight, and just when he opens the door, go, "Hello, Ron."
hello, Ron. No, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm out of here. See ya. Good luck with
See ya,
your life.
Nerf Ada.
Well, actually, no one knows who Ron is, so I'm just going to ask a question. Nacho, are you Ron?
God, if
You
that
know
was
what?
a
I
song
might
about it,
be.
just for content.
Because, yeah, it could
50
be.
followers.
You'll never know. This could all just be a ruse to get you guys all trolled. I'm fucking
Yeah.
trolling all of you, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
hilarious
you could be
thing is that
just
you'll
waiting
get.
to get back at Mero for the cheesecake.
Yeah.
Vengeance
All right.
is a cheesecake best served cold.
Frozen, actually,
Revenge. Yeah.
because I ate it frozen.
And a bit manky.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, go Notcha.
Good lord. Yeah, she's fucking ordering me about like a goddamn slave.
You enjoy it.
Which
Maybe Rob
if
was
you
right.
want to
Moral
give
bankruptcy.
money to a scientist wannabe because she apparently can't make enough money as a scientist that presents that situation as opportunity for others, knock yourself out.
Yeah,
as
please.
far as far as certain institutions, I'm sorry, you've exchanged truth for lie. See Romans 1.
God,
What the hell is that as far certain institutions in the middle?
I'm waiting for people to clip all of this shit out. Like, this would be
I just noticed when you went opportunity and you did that in that voice, you actually sound, it was a bit Arnie. It's like you channeled your inner opportunity.
opportunity. Cool.
I think we were talking about he was talking about like the Catholic Church or something. Because let's be honest, most I think well actually probably all Christian churches. I can't think of one off the top of my head that hasn't had some sort of child sex abuse scandal. Can you think of any?
Not in the U.S.
I'm
When
drawing
you
a
mean
blank.
major ones?
Yeah, not at the size of institution where like you've got a obligation to protect people from that. Like maybe there's some small ridiculous offshoots, but
I don't know. Has the Uniting Church actually had any?
I don't know. I haven't had anything from the Uniting Church.
Yeah, you got to remember the Uniting Church now isn't what the Uniting Church used to be. I mean, Fred Nile came out of the Uniting Church.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the Uniting Church is very much
They did have a few,
a
not
secular
as many.
Christian organization. So, and I think, in all honesty, if there was ever the case of a minister who was thought of doing that, they'd be kicked down their ass so quickly, and the cops brought in. There'd be no protecting them from the United Church.
Nowadays there would be, but
Back in the past, maybe there was issues, but yeah.
Okay, in all honesty, I cannot recall of an incident of a Methodist church accused of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
well, the Uniting Church, one of the churches that became part of that was the Methodist Church of Australia. So,
Okay, I could easily be wrong.
yeah, no, it possibly has in the past, as Chris said, but I doubt you could find anything in the last 20 years from them.
Can I ask, how would you pronounce this word? One tabe? One tabby?
Well, see,
You're
the
saying
E is there, and that would mean you say the A like you say it out, right? So
Name,
one
yeah.
tabe.
One tabe.
One tabe. One tabe? I'm happy with one tabe.
One.
Well, I'm certain
Right.
however I pronounce it in the U.S. would be wrong in Australia.
Probably.
Probably right.
All right.
Fuck,
Notcha.
how many of these? How many
don't know.
fucking tweets does this go to?
4 days worth.
Yeah.
Notcha.
We've got
Yeah,
this
four
guy
days.
next.
You're gonna be here all night.
No wonder nobody wanted to fucking opt for this role. Jesus.
You do it so well, though. After these, I think I'll probably finish up the stream. So anyway,
Okay.
there's thousands of them. I mean, if we were to do all of them, this would be going on until like 1:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
no, seriously. If anybody's
We
really
cannot
interested
do
to
that.
see how crazy he is, read the thread.
Yeah, this thread link is in the description of my.
You can see all our responses, and if you were as offended as we were by the monkey reference given to Hissy, then maybe you guys should do something about it too.
Yeah, and also
I
there
do
is a
have something to that
homophobic
in
one in there as well. So
Although, to be honest, I'm more upset about the racist one than his passive homophobia.
me too. No. But I think that was actually on a different thread that Hissy actually started.
I think the monkey thing was more of a dig at evolutionism.
Yeah, I was about to say
At evolutionism, but
it was, but it was meant directly at her as well.
right.
So
it doesn't excuse it. Yeah. More
he was doing a bit of a double entendre there to attack her. It was very obvious from the way he'd been speaking to her.
Alrighty, go Notcha.
All right, sounds good. Well, I mean, sounds good. Just be sure you're loving true science.
I do.
Yes. Kepler said it was like thinking God's thoughts after him. Science that mocks God and intelligent design is just an example of a person acting out Romans 1:18 through 23. It's childish and foolish.
Isn't it amazing how so many of these types of Christians think that science stopped in the 1600s?
I wouldn't give him that much credit. So the funny thing is, what he keeps going back to
is Kepler, because Kepler was obviously a good Christian. Yeah, he was born in the 1600s. They were all fucking Christians back then.
Yeah, or they got burnt.
Or Muslims.
What he keeps doing, and it's what I call the emperor's new clothes fallacy, and it's he constantly keeps going back to this Romans 1:18 to 23, which is basically, it says in the Bible there are going to be people who mock it, and that's proof. So, but it's just like saying, you know, in the Quran it says there are going to be people that don't believe. Okay, does that mean the Quran's true? If I were to sit here and say there are going to be people who are Christians who come on and they mock this stream, does that mean that all of a sudden I've got some great insight or everything I say is true? No, it's a fallacy.
Yeah.
Circular reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that, Emperor's New Clothes. By the way, Notcha, out of curiosity, is that your is it Tony Morris that you are doing? It sounded a little bit like one of the governing body members.
I'm just.
That you were doing.
No, I didn't pre-think this in any way. It's just
Because
something random.
Right. Yeah,
Jabba.
the guy that kind of looks like a turtle. Yeah, you know that guy?
Wait, isn't that Mitch McConnell?
Probably. I don't know the names.
No, Mitch McConnell is a dude in American politics. All the Americans will find that funny.
Oh no,
But,
not Mitch McConnell. No, I'm talking about the governing body member that looks like a
Yeah.
Is he the one that's got like the eyes always really open, like he's looking in your soul?
Oh, the really expressive guy.
The guy who looks like
Tony Lett or whatever.
Yeah, him.
Lett?
Yeah, no, you're thinking the one who always does and young ones.
And young, yeah, he's just really expressed. Like he's like
it's creepy as all hell.
They all
talking about that. I actually went through a whole heap of them. Yeah, I went through a whole heap of the broadcasts and cut a whole heap of clips out. So my aim is to eventually stick them together and actually have him singing the Young Ones song. It's just a lot of work, and I haven't quite got there. And there's a few clips I can't find.
All right, I'm going to go to the next one. And this will be the last one.
All right. You should care because the uniformity of the universe that you take for granted only makes sense if there's a mind behind it. And I'll call you out and others for their childish mocking.
Shouldn't start a sentence with "and."
It's interesting here that he's trying to make a fine-tuning argument without making a fine-tuning argument.
It's rare to see someone do fine tuning with the universe instead of sticking to the Earth, because the universe is a lot harder for fine tuning.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't really say the universe is fine-tuned for life. The universe is definitely not really good
chaos
for
and
life.
death.
Yeah, not 99.99% of the universe is completely inhospitable to any form of life that we could possibly imagine.
It's full of
like there's
Cthulhus and stuff.
infinite nines. The infinite nines.
Most of the universe is just not hospitable. There are some rocks in the universe that have these thin layers of atmosphere and some water on them that may have life. And that's about fucking it.
Yeah, so that's probably, like, as I said, go look at the description, what's in my description, because it's simultaneously painful yet very entertaining. Would everyone agree with you on that one?
Oh yeah, it's certainly been entertaining.
Again,
I think
not.
there was a few times that you were saying you're enjoying this way too much, aren't you? I'm just, yeah.
I mean, every now and then we all sort of jump in and deal with some idiot bigot or Christian or whatever. But honestly, he's probably been the gift that has given the most for a long time. I mean, we've had a few, but definitely there's been others who you've like a little while. It's been a bit of fun, and then you just want them to go away.
Yeah.
He's like, I can take a bit of break and I can come back in 12 hours and it's still fun.
He goes off, has a Gatorade, and
he's
he's
more
energized
creative
again.
community than a lot of atheists out there.
I know. The thing is, he's tipped me off to a new website I can debunk. It's got that gotquestions.org or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, Lizzie Lou makes a really good point. Train wreck. You can't look away. No, you can't.
Yeah.
To be honest,
She's actually talking about me there.
To be honest with you, initially I was actually pretty insulted, and then I was like, no, it's a troll. And then once I started to enjoy myself, oh my god, did I enjoy myself?
Yeah, I mean, it was such a good discussion. It pulled me away from what I was having with an anti-abortionist who was being an absolute dipshit. And I'm like, no, this is better.
I want to go in this one.
I'm going to join this one. I'll just leave that one where it is.
Well, see, generally, I do not enjoy other people's pain unless it is self-inflicted.
Oh, this was self-inflicted.
Yeah, everything with Ron was self-inflicted. He just piled the stupid upon the stupid, and he just made himself a target. And I think we were fairly well restrained. We could have been a lot harsher on him.
Oh, definitely.
But
I got pretty harsh with him towards the end, just before I blocked him, just because he was going into ultimate douchebag mode.
When he started going, when he got all homophobic, and then he what he said to Hissy as well, it was like, no, you're a fuckhead. At that point, no, I've got absolutely. And then he tried to have an argument as to why we had no respect for him. I said, you removed all your own respect, any possible respect we had to you, by the douchebaggery way you've talked to everybody.
Yep.
You know, you don't. Respect is fucking earned. You know, you offer out respect at the beginning to somebody in charity virtually, and then if they're not charitable back, they lose that respect.
Yeah. Very quickly.
I mean, he starts by insulting Mero and then wants respect. I mean, get fucked. Like, seriously.
Exactly.
Because I was...
The poor persecuted Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, not the Purple. Can you explain to everyone again who's just dropped in on to why you are on the stream, like your GoFundMe and your channel as well?
Well, when my fiance died, I wound up moving to this backwater little town because I had family here. My family tends to drive me crazy. I need to get some distance from them. And the whole time, my only goal has been to move back to Minnesota, which is the only place I've really felt was home, rather than someplace I was just staying waiting for something to happen. And about 6 months ago, the guy I was working for stiffed me out of about 6 months' pay. So all the money I had in the bank got used up just paying basic living expenses. So I've got a lease on an apartment in Minneapolis that I can move into for March 1st if I can come up with the money for the relocation.
Yeah. So this is a try and get me a new camera stream. However, please, if you can, I would much prefer it if you donated to Perps.
Yeah, and
Because
Nirvati, I really appreciate you helping me with this because I know you were trying to get money for your own camera and that.
yeah, no, but you're much more important.
Your need is now,
yeah.
Purple. Mero,
Mine-
if we have to keep pushing for Mero's camera for a couple of months until she gets some money,
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
still
I can,
functional.
yeah,
Well,
I can,
Isn't she not? She's functional.
yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to keep trolling
Yeah.
Saint Ron. So we
Well,
get
and
content
again,
from
I want to
your
thank
camera.
Critical Cripple for shilling out the streams for me, shilling out the links.
Yeah, critical.
We want to
you're a
talk
gem.
about backbones of the community. There's another one right there.
Exactly.
Dave is amazing.
Mhm.
Dave is making his own content on his own channel now. Please,
Hey.
people, go and subscribe to Dave.
Oh, does he
yeah.
actually have content out now?
He does. He has a video. Well, he has a stream that he did on the weekend. It's really good. Go and watch it. Show yourself, Dave. People should go and subscribe to you.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
subscribed to his channel. I wasn't aware he had content.
Yeah, he put a stream out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, do that for me. Yeah, for Dave, not for me. Anyway, and for my
Yeah, Dave. You've got to.
Yeah,
You're not
show
saying
yourself,
no.
you've been
If you
shilling
don't,
around
I
now.
will.
For me, I just need a new camera. It's nothing really spectacular. The one that I have is about 9 to 11 years old. Its battery lasts about 40 minutes. It's just old. It's crappy. It's trying to the setup that I have now. Trying to get the things off the camera, like the footage off the camera, is just a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, it just would be nice to be able to get a new camera. Also, with the new camera, I can also start recording in a higher frame rate as well. So we could end up getting 1080p maybe.
On the subject of a camera, I have to say that Neil, the 604 Atheist, upgraded and sent me his old camera. So as soon as I'm in Minnesota, I will do a live stream that I will take my mask off.
Ooh, that's exciting. Yeah. So so that's that's why I'm doing my stream. But again, please go for Perps first if you can. During this stream, I think I have got $22 or extra or something like that. So again, thank you, Ron. Overall, because of Ron, I've got at least $120 and a new patron out of him. So
Also during the stream, I got 2 new contributions.
oh, nice.
Unfortunately, it did not give me their online names, so I'm not sure who these people are.
Yeah.
If you won't show yourself, Dave, we'll do it for you.
Okay, so going in clockwise. Nacho, you start. Who are you?
I was going to say, leave me second last because me and you are ending the streams.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, start with
Okay.
Pip.
Yeah. Go the other way. Perp, you go first. Who are you? And what do you do?
Mostly I do very little, and I'm surprised that my channel has grown at all. In the last year, I've managed to do, I think 7 edited videos, but I just do casual chats twice a week at Wednesday noon Central Standard Time and Thursday at midnight Central Standard Time.
Sam?
So Vagrant Sam, I try to do a weekly video, but I've missed a week or two. And I'm looking for just 11 more subscribers to get a vanity URL. So that would be
Oh, come
great
on,
if
everybody.
people could
subscribe
Oh,
subscribe.
everyone. Everyone.
Now.
Yeah.
I want him there before we end. Go and subscribe if you have not. Even if you have no intention of watching it, just get him over so he can get that vanity URL.
And that'll be
No,
the
but then
last
what-
link that Dave just put in the side chats to both of our side
Yeah.
chats. So go into there.
Yep, go and sub to Sam if you haven't already.
Hopefully a video about death coming out in the next week or two. So that'll be fun.
And we also see you walk around in this video.
Yay! Death!
Yeah, I do. yeah, death stalks me at every turn. But yeah, I've been playing with vlogging formats and stuff, and that's kind of slowed me down a little bit with getting videos out. So I'm thinking of.
Gotta admit,
doing those.
I did enjoy those.
Yeah, like the feedback's been really good, and so I did record a video for this week that was meant to go out yesterday, and I set it up in a really nice one of the public parks in Brisbane, and there was a waterfall in the background. I thought that looks great, but I think the sound is just a little bit too. There's a bit too much of the waterfall hitting it, so I haven't put it out yet. But maybe I'll change my mind on that one. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, unfortunately, that style, you don't get as much control over your videos, and they're a bit more subject to bad planning like that. But everyone's a lesson, and hopefully, I'll get more consistent with it. So
We love your content, Sam. So
Yeah.
Thank
wanna
you.
see it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're all here for each other, and we need to have a good, strong atheist community in Australia, and that includes us content creators and the other people in and being there for other people in Australia who want to see other Australians talk about this stuff. And I think all of us should be supporting each other. Those of us who've grown a little bit should be supporting those who are a bit smaller always.
Yeah, I agree.
To balance out the edited content, I'm thinking about doing Monday nights and just doing a gaming stream. I did Twitch streaming for like 3 months a couple of years ago, so I figured, hey, why not? And play through a bit of Christian games occasionally, but sometimes just play normal, regular old games and stuff as well. So subscribe for that as well. Mario Maker, Binding of Isaac, bits and pieces, Final Fantasy Online.
Atheist pastor or poser? Sorry, atheist poser.
Yes, might change my Twitter handle to that just for a laugh. I've done block Ron though. Yeah, so atheist pastor. I do streams, although I will have some other videos come out. I've done a stack of really good interviews. Actually got an interview I did with Dave Warnock that who's doing the Dying Out Loud tour at the moment. That's going to be posted on my page probably in the next few days. I've just got to get to editing it. So a really good interview. Definitely one of those conversations that you have with someone that kind of, when it's over, you just kind of go, holy shit, that was something to itself. But mainly live streams. So every Friday night we do Friday Night Six Pack, where you can see a lot of these lovely faces and voices. And generally we just talk about this kind of stuff, but we do it with a lot of drinking. So normally it starts off
way
very
too much occasionally.
And then by the end of the
This
night,
is tame. This was tame. I was
this
expecting
is
this to be a
really
bit more
tame.
wild.
I have
been
been completely paralytic on the streams though.
I
didn't
forget that
even
one. Where you
start playing
started
around
passing out
with
there.
gifts.
That was the one.
You're
That was the
doing
one where I
this,
spent
going,
the evening. I mean, admittedly, I was ill as well, but that was the one I spent the rest of the evening vomiting.
God, I felt bad after seeing you so bad.
I was so ill that night. I mean, I was
that.
very drunk, but I was exceptionally drunk, mostly because I wasn't well and I was on other meds. I was really well, and it was a really bad.
You're so into you're the whole reason my mother watches it. So
I think
it's,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
So look, it's
That's
I'm big on,
hilarious.
I'm big.
Tell her to
I
stop
think
to
it was
me.
great. And just the way she said it, I like that, Jen. I really like that, Jen. I'm just like, Cool. That's good. I like Jen too. Yeah, she's really entertaining. I'm thinking, okay, so that's why Mum watches my show. No worries.
I
But,
actually don't think I could have a better compliment than Chris's mum really likes what I do.
She likes you better than her own
mum.
son.
Yeah, that someone
Who
likes.
isn't part of the community and doesn't really watch a lot of YouTube videos to say that is an ultimate compliment.
Yeah, and the fact that she likes you better than she likes her own son, I think that's pretty good.
I don't know if I've been terribly coherent tonight, but I have thought I should do a stream with a drinking game.
Oh yeah,
join us on Friday. It's guaranteed.
Just join us on Friday night.
Yeah, we just need one person who's going to stay sober to shut the whole thing down if we all pass out.
Yeah.
Well, normally we've got Jay there, but he's normally having one or two as well. But
but Jay doesn't drink terribly much because it's too big a risk.
Shot not on that.
Yeah, but so look, come and check me out if you haven't already. It's good fun. I love what I do. I'm big on community, so I like to interact as much as I can with as many people because I think one thing we need in the atheist community is more community.
Well, it turns out I discovered you by accident, but I am so glad we did.
Yeah,
I'm very thankful for everyone that I've met in this community because it's coming out of religion. It's a very lonely place, especially at first, and especially, I guess, for me, having been in leadership and having so many people around me constantly. Coming out of that is really, really lonely. So that's my big driving force. I want to make sure that if people are coming out of religion, if they're thinking of coming out of religion, they've got community, they've got someone to talk to. And look, I even say to people, if you want to try and save my soul and reconvert me, come have a chat. I'm happy.
Seriously,
I'll talk
Chris,
to
you and Sam coming into the community like this is a huge asset. Especially for the community as a whole, but especially for the Australian community. We couldn't have wanted two better people to join us.
Amanda goes, "That's okay, atheist pastor. I like you better than I like my own son. If it makes you feel better."
Amanda, can you adopt me? Can you adopt me? How are you?
Well,
Amanda's awesome.
In all honesty, I probably would have been out of religion a decade earlier if I knew there was some other alternative community.
Yeah.
Community is a big thing that holds a lot of people to religion. It's the community that they want. It's that fellowship. And I think we have a better form of fellowship because we actually forge friendships within the community, proper friendships, not just people who meet on a Sunday and then talk shit about each other.
It's not just.
I mean, I'm sure we all talk shit about each other behind our backs, but we also talk shit to each other out our faces when we. And I like that. I think it's good that we can all be honest with each other. There is nothing better than when I've gone down the rabbit hole.
My church when I left, so.
There's nothing better as far as I'm concerned when I've gone down the rabbit hole arguing with somebody on Twitter when Mero or Notcha or Jay come up and go, "Shut the fuck up, Jen. You need to back the fuck off."
And also,
definitely. I would rather be challenged by a friend than continue to be spreading bad information.
That's right.
But also, like, for example, this whole Ron thing is another example of how awesome our community is. Like, I hadn't really spoken much to Hizzy before, and now we've got a good thing going on. So, like, we have each other's backs, but we also aren't afraid to call each other out in our bullshit as well. So, all right.
Me and Sam never argue online, but
Jen, did you just show yourself?
No.
Okay.
Chris.
Go chill. Go chill. Chill.
Chill. I'm Jen's in the corner. I'm sure Dave will put it up soon if he cares to.
That's some shade.
That's okay. Dave knows I love him. He's awesome.
No stress, Dave.
I do mostly debunking type content where I take on like anti-vaxxers and flat earthers and woo peddlers. I also do atheist content and LGBT content. So if you're interested in any of that, go check me out. I do swear quite a lot on my videos, so they're not child friendly. But yeah, that's me. Go follow me. Follow me and sub me. And I am only 18 sub. Well, I was. I don't know what I'm at the moment. I'm only 18 subs off 400 at the moment. So
nice.
I'd like to get there and get enough. I'd like to get there by I'd like to get to the 400 by Valentine's Day, and to get to 700 followers on Twitter at the same time, because I think that'd be a nice little balance. So. And I'm getting close to Twitter as well.
Sorry, this is something I've wanted to do ever since I started. As soon as I got to this number, Aussies will get it. Everyone else is just going to go, what? But I finally got 222 subs, so I just wanted to go 2 for 22. Couldn't help myself. I've wanted to do that for so long, I'll probably drop subs by Friday, so I've got to get it in now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd ever reach 300, so I did my 2 gross stream.
What are you on now, Perps?
Actually, I'm pushing 300 now. I've got like 296.
Nice.
Great sub to Perps. Get it. If he's at 296, you want him to 300. Come on, he only needs 4 more.
But yeah, just last week I did my 2 gross Ask Me Anything at 288.
We got a race going on. We got about 6 for Perps to get to 300, and about 6 or 7, I think it was, for Sam to get to 100. Was it?
Yeah.
And there you go. See who gets there first.
I'm not that competitive. He can get there first. I don't care.
I'm not super competitive either.
It's not about the competition. It's about
pressuring our viewers into stretching our egos.
In fact, I just tweeted Sam out. So.
Oh, thank you.
Nacho, have you got anything to report on your side chat?
On the side chat?
YouTube chat.
Oh, there's a bunch of shilling and people going, shit, I haven't subbed yet. Oh, look, subs are there. No, not a lot, not a whole lot. Amen to Atheist Pastor. Jen, the swearing agony aunt.
Is that right?
I think I'm gonna have to change my name to Annie Jen's Little Corner, just to make it easier to separate the Jen, just because it's hilarious. I might change my Twitter handle first and see what people say.
Jen, are you still Jen's Lol Corner?
I changed that a while ago, and I've actually put the apostrophe in, so it's no longer looks like it's Jen's, like the European name.
Jens. So keep going, Nacho. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here?
Up to me now for the old shilling. Well, I'm not Jar Witness. I'm your original underworld apostate. And I do shit on all sorts of funky stuff that most of these folk do, plus the, shit on Jehovah's Witnesses.
Did you just call us
Come
frumpy?
check me out. Hey?
Did you just call us frumpy?
Funky.
No. Funky.
Funky.
Frumpy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Funky's
I don't...
I think
Where was I up to? I don't know. Yeah, but come check me out. I do stuff and things, and if you're not sub to me, well, you should be. If you all know these peeps, you should know me.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, for those people who are on Not Just Stream, my name is Meredith. I run my channel Navadia. I do sciencey stuff because I'm a one-tabe. I'm a one-tabe scientist.
One-tabe.
Abe.
Want to be.
You're African, doesn't it?
It's like wasabi, but weird.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I'm a one-tabe scientist, and I'm also doing atheist content. So far, my most recent well-liked one was me becoming Christian, which was me being very sarcastic, and it blew up. And also the one before that, if you wanted to watch a science one that kind of blew up, was my testicle video.
She showed you testicles.
Yeah, I talk about testicles. I do good testicle conversation.
And you didn't even have to put soy sauce on them.
No.
You missed two very important things about yourself, Mary.
What?
You sing your own intro. And
Oh
two,
yeah,
you
I do
own a
my own. Yeah, I also do my own intros every week is a new intro. Biddy-biddy-loopy.
and you own a snake.
And I own a snake. Yes, I also
been a
own
while
a
since we
snake
said
who
we
is
did.
currently in shed at the moment. The poor little bastard.
Oh, that's why you didn't get him out.
So to anybody watching this, be warned, if you watch any of these people, you may learn something.
Oh, it's scary.
Not from me. You'll only learn about drunken Aussies. That's
Yeah,
kind of
probably. Anyway, so I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who has supported me on this, especially also people who've supported Purple. And yeah, thank you very much for joining everyone on the chat and also everybody on the stream as well. And yeah, don't forget, don't give yourself the raw prawn. See you later.
Okay, Nacho,
Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.
give Nerve a
everybody.
big hug for me.
Yeah, I will do, Perps.
Bye.
Gotcha, everybody. Thank you for
See you all.
coming in.
See
Okay,
you later, everyone.
later, everybody.